what was about to happen in the cycle would be easier to navigate through time, through these phases of life, if you were already prepared for what's to come. And this is exactly my idea to bring to you in this live. We will talk a little bit about the Tzolk'in. With time, I will explain to you better what is the Tzolk'in, what it means, what a Wavespell means. For now, I would just like to ask you to be open, because perhaps you never heard some of the terms I will bring here, and it will sound a bit different, and just be observant rather than judgmental to what's to come. And easy peasy, we are getting there. So today is a very fortunate day, is a very, very special day, because we are experiencing a new beginning in the Tzolk'in. This is the matrix of Tzolk'in, how it's called, is how the Mayas used to count the time in an updated version. So this is based on the original. It's not exactly how the Maya civilization used it, and this I will explain another day. But basically, we have 260 days. That is more or less the same amount of time that lasts a pregnancy. So today, we are right here. In the Tzolk'in, we go from the top to the bottom, from the right to the left, and so we are walking all these days until the last one here. And so today, you are being invited to be born again, to start a new identity. Not a new identity, but to gain awareness of who you are, who you want to be, and be more observant of yourself. And I've been studying this Mayan calendar for quite some time. I would say around 4 years. And I decided that this time, this new 200 cycle of 260 days, I would come here every 13 days to do this live and to explain to you a bit, because the Tzolk'in is not about predicting what is happening. The Tzolk'in is about self-knowledge, is about tuning in your personal cycle with life. And it means that when it's almost like getting in the current, life gets much easier because you already know what's happening, so you can just flow with it. So you don't need to make efforts, and you don't force things in the wrong moments. You know what is good for the time and what would be better to live for the next week, for example. And you start to investigate also for yourself. How do you feel during these phases? How do you feel in this day with this energy, with this frequency, and so on? And so today we are in the frequency of the red magnetic dragon. What this big name means. So this is a very dense energy. Imagine that the dragon talks about three things: birth, being, and nutrition. So the Wavespell of the dragon that lasts 13 days, there we have the big cycle that's talking the 260 days, and a smaller cycle is made every 13 days, meaning that every 13 days we completely shift the frequency. And so this first 13 days is a moment for you to raise questions as who I am, what I'm doing, where I'm going with my life, what I would like to experience, what I would like to give more, receive more, what is ready to be released. And imagine like a birth. There is a preparation, there is the time of the pregnancy, there is all the effort from the baby and from the mother to bring the baby to earth, no? To this material, um, to the physical, to the matter. And so it takes a lot of effort for the birth to happen. And that's why I say this energy is very dense, because it is pushing from the spiritual into the matter. So you will feel perhaps in the upcoming 13 days that you need more structure, that you need to organize yourself better, that you need to reevaluate um, the base to construct this new identity, or to improve the identity you already recognize in yourself. And so I have some notes here that I will look from time to time, because I have a lot of things to say and I don't want to forget anything. The first thing that I like to think about the dragon is that if you have a pet, or if you have kids, you or even if you don't have them, but I'm sure in your life you probably had a chance to interact with some kind of animal, some child, babies. Can you recognize that the babies, the little animals, the puppies or little cats, they already come with an identity. They learn things through life, but they are already bringing this strong personality with them. I think with for me animals is even easier to see that. Or if you have two kids, you can also understand, even raising them the same way, one becomes one thing and the other has a completely different way to understand life and to deal with life circumstances. And so all I'm saying all of that for you to understand that it doesn't matter if you're giving birth to a new identity, to a real baby, to projects. You have to keep in mind that you are the means for these ideas, for these projects to come to life. They don't come from you, they come through you. And you become really this vessel, and you just make yourself available to work with it to the best of your possibility. And also, when we talk about birth, we are talking about our ancestors. If it was not for our ancestors, we wouldn't be here. So there is a huge power in recognizing our history, the story of our ancestors, their origin, where we come from. And perhaps if you have any trouble with your family, that's a great moment also to reevaluate that. In family, what I mean is specifically with your father and mother. And I believe at some level all of us have, because most of our parents, they are not illuminated beings yet, as we are not also. And so the better they want to give us a good experience as child, as a little baby, I'm sure your parents, as mine did, they had some mistakes, and some people experience trauma during the childhood. And this is also a great moment during these 13 days to review some of these stories, some of those memories, to release that. And keeping in mind that when you release these stories, even if they were a reason of trauma in your life, you are not setting the other person free. You're setting yourself free. You forgive and you are ready to go. It doesn't talk about who you are, but it talks about who you become from what was done to you. And so this is very empowering, because once we take and we own our story, we move forward to life, leaving behind the pattern of the victim. And many of us, even unconsciously, use this victimism, no? Because it's much easier when you can simply put the fault in, my parents did this and that to me, and then you blame the other and you don't take the responsibility from your side. And at some point we have to deal with it, with this with these unsolved issues. So I personally recommend you to do it consciously, because when we don't forgive consciously, life will bring you reasons to do it. And usually when life brings to you this experience to forgive, usually is not so nice. It's through pain. So choosing it, to do it, you do it for love, and then the process is much easier. And these 13 days also talk about connecting with the things that nourish you. What is it that you need more in your life? What are the routine in your routine? What are the activities that can bring you more joy and make you feel more of that's who you are, what you are good at, what people usually bring to you as a compliment? Hi Fabiana, you are so good doing this and that. I love when you do this and that. It's so natural for you to do this and that. Can you teach me? Usually people come and they give you these hints. But sometimes we are just so stuck in this pattern of I'm not good enough. The other person is so much more successful than me. They are doing the same, and I'm still here, because we don't see the story of the other. And then we start to compare ourselves. But if you are just a little bit open to listen the compliments that you receive every day, sometimes it's just by a look that somebody gives to you. You just have to be open for it. And so we are also talking about nourishing our dreams, nourishing the things that are important to us. Do you know what your values are? If not, that's also a great moment to think about it and to select at least 5 values that are really important to you. Brené Brown has a very good list of values, and you can check it out and choose 5. Um, yeah, and being, the last word, being, that is really gaining clarity on your talents, gifts, also your blind spots, so you can improve and evolve. And so uh, when we are in tune with ourselves and who we are, we can continue with life with a direction, Otherwise, we are just at drift, we just wait for life to push us somewhere, and we are only hoping, oh, maybe life will get better. But it hardly does get better, because if you don't even know where you are going, how could it be that it's gonna be a better place tomorrow if you at least you don't set the intention? And this is also the what a wave spell does. It brings you to this idea of navigating through life with ease. Imagine that you are on the beach, like when you are on vacations, and you are to back giving your back to the ocean, and the waves are coming, and you don't know when they are coming. And in the beginning, you are having fun, you are there receiving the waves, and maybe yeah, you just had fun, but at some point you start to get tired of it. It's much easier if you look to when the wave is coming, so you can jump, or you can um, dive deep in the wave. And so that is the goal here, that we get prepared for what is coming, in a way to tune ourselves in this current and flow with it. And so each one of these 13 days has a mission, has a frequency. And I would like to explain in a quick way to you, so you can be prepared for this way. During this, we have each day one frequency, but they are resonating together during this 13 days. So it doesn't really matter which day you are seeing this live, um, as long as we are still in this wave spell, you will feel connected to what I'm talking about here. Hmm. Now, there's a challenge. And actually, I would like to talk about two things. The dragon, the dark side of the dragon, is when it when you have too many ideas but you don't bring any of them to life. You want to do and this, that, and in the end you don't have the strength to bring all of it to the world. And so it's really important, and it's required that we have focus. Okay. And the challenge is symbolized here by the lunar wind. What does it mean? It means that our communication is being challenged during these 13 days. Be aware of not going to extremes, not diminishing yourself to fit, to make yourself uncomfortable in order to not create discomfort to the other in your communication, especially. So you have to make your limits clear, but also communicate it from a place of love and balance, because as the communication is the challenge, it could be that goes goes polarizing, so from extremes, one diminishing yourself and the other one making too many, going so straight and strong with your points of view that you don't let space for the other to talk, and could even be an aggressive kind of talk. And this is what we want to watch out for this during this period. And also, it makes me question, is my communication being my identity? Am I expressing what I believe, what my values are? And am I respecting my inner wisdom? Or am I just listening to what others have to say, and I'm just absorbing without questioning anything that comes. And so it's also a lot about how we are perceiving information, how we are digesting it, and how we are delivering it. Okay? This is the point to be aware in the upcoming days. And then we have the energy. I didn't show to you. I will show you now. This is how the wave spell looks like. Really looks like a wave. So this is the dragon, this is the wind, and now we are going to the electric tone. That is on Monday, the 23rd of October 2023. So Monday, I will make a video for you that is gonna be an energetic healing for this period. And on this electric night that we are being called for a moment of introspection. Why? Because without introspection, without finding our inner voice, our inner center, and really silencing the mind, quieting the mind for a while, we cannot access this inner wisdom, this identity that we already brought. Remember this example I gave with the puppies, the kids, that they already come with this identity. And especially nowadays that we compare ourselves so much with others in social media, and then we see people making money because they are doing whatever, and then oh, that's what I should do then, because if they are making money, I also want to make money. And then you start to do something that doesn't have anything to do with you, and you will never succeed because it was not for you. So without coming back to yourself and really being aware of what your soul wants to bring to the world as a gift, um, we will never find the answers, and you will be running after chasing your tail. You will never find the correct direction, and this is what we are trying to avoid here. um, and also to have clarity. Okay, if I am this person, I am bringing this gift to the world. You also have clarity of what your dreams are. And having in mind what your dreams are, you then can walk one more step here that is represented by the seed. Once you know your dreams, you can think about, okay, in order for my dreams to grow, I need to prepare the soil for them. I need to give it the right circumstances, the nutrition that they need to grow and expand. And you do that by having focus. Remember, you cannot give birth to many things at the same time, because you need a lot of effort to bring something to life, through life. And without focus and without the patience with your process and the patience to wait for the things to grow, and they will take their time. So it's, once again, with the social media thing, we just see people succeeding, but we don't see their path, everything that they had to overcome, all the times that they cried behind the door because something didn't work out as they expected. This we don't see. And then we start to be very immediatist. No, we want things to be done very quickly. And so this just reminds us that, yeah, okay, I have to come back to reality here and understand that if something is important for me, I will go through this process no matter what, because I know my why. I know why am I doing this. And so we don't get upset I mean, we perhaps will get upset with things, but we don't give up of our dreams in the first opportunity that they went wrong. And going to the next step in these 13 days, we go here to the serpent. And this is asking from us again about this structure. How do you structure things so your dreams can come to the matter? How you can provide everything that it needs so it can thrive in the matter. And it's also about being aware of what is stealing your vital energy. Is there something in your routine that is dropping your energy levels and are, drying you out? This is a moment to try to rebalance it, redo it in a way that is more productive. Is it your job that is making you feel tired? Or is it that you are not giving yourself time enough to rest? Perhaps you are doing 500 courses, going to the gym, trying a new diet, then you are working, doing your own side gig. Like, we cannot. So you really need to prioritize and see what is really important for you at this very moment, not in your whole life, just in this very moment. Even if it's just for these 13 days, what is really important to you in these 13 days? This already helps you to create focus. And the next day, we have the rhythm word bridger. And it talks exactly about it, about everything that we need to release in order to experience a life that is more aligned to what is really important to us. So basically, everything that we talked so far. And then we have the resonant hand. That is the day that we channel, the day that we receive information from the spirit, the day that we are more sensible to our surroundings. And we, in this day, have the hand symbolizing that we start to gain awareness. What is it that needs to be healed? I'm just checking here if I have something else to say. And healing also the patterns of doing this too many things at once and staying the surface level, not going deep in things, not finding depth in things. And the hand is also this force that does many things at once. And this is where we expand as human beings, is when we leave the surface level and we really make our way to truly understanding something with depth. So because when we do it, we can share it with others. And then we have the star here as the integrity. And the star talks about, in this position, it will talk about recognizing you came with a unique gift and you are important. Now remember here in the matrix of the token, it for me really looks like a puzzle. Each one of those squares, let me hold this here. Each one of those squares that are days are also represented by people. Each one of us were born in one of those days. So we carry this frequency, one of those 260. And when we look at it, you understand that each person has a place. And if you try to occupy space of somebody else, your part will be missing. So your part is important. And so you gain clarity on that your part matters, and you just need to make space for it to expand, understanding that if you see other people succeeding what they are doing, they are most likely doing what they were supposed to do here. And instead of copying them, you should find your own thing to succeed. And then we have the moon to set the intention. And what it says to us is that we really need to get in touch with our feelings, our emotions, to see what needs to be released, what wants to what is ready to be purified. And the moon is this is our memories, also talks a lot about the memory and everything that we store, especially in the body, through these emotions. Perhaps these experiences in childhood that um, you still carry with you, they create some kind of emotional blockage in your body. And this is also one of the things that we work in a one-on-one session to release these emotional blockages. And so be aware of not trying to explode your emotions, but also not to try not to feel them, because they are really important for you in this process. It's almost like a measure for you. Your emotions are this measure that are saying, okay, here you're cold, you're hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, in acknowledging your purpose. All right. So if things start to get too much out of balance, you know that you are cold. And when you start to feel happy and in flow, in the sense of flow, you know that you are getting to the hot. You are getting closer. And we also have the day to set the our manifestation, the intention of manifesting. And we manifest things by, of course, placing our intentions, but we especially manifest things when we start to act in the things that we want to bring to earth, to the matter. And it's very important this 13 days that you get in touch with your heart, maybe just rubbing your heart every day in the morning, connect with this with the things that you love, just to feel the expansion of the heart. And so you can start to manifest things from this place. Now, you do every day in the morning a little bit of connection in the heart, and then start to think about your dreams, the things that you are intentioning to bring to life. Then inevitably you are getting closer to have this manifested. When we manifest things from our hearts, we are helping life to bring it to us, because remember, your part matters. And for the universe is also interesting to give to you the tools that you need in order to accomplish what you came here to do. And so this is the way you connect with this flow, by getting in touch with your heart. And so the next day we have the spectral monkey, and the spectral day talks about what needs to be released. And here in the Wavespell of the dragon, we are invited to release these old patterns of our childhood. And that's also why I started to talk about it since the beginning, because perhaps you are not gonna do everything at once, But during these 13 days, you start to remember and you start to have some memories of things that were important to you in your childhood that you need to release, or also really do some deep work of reparenting your inner child. Your inner child is this part of you that talks about your innocence, your creativity, and each one of us, we grow up, but this inner child is still there, and that's why it's important from time to time to get in touch with this inner child, because is this creative side, is this fun part of us that wants to live, that wants to explore, that is curious. And so when there are some blockages there, not allowing you to express yourself fully, how are you gonna bring your identity to the world? It's impossible. And so that's why we are releasing all these blockages in this day. And so, almost in the end of the wave spell, maybe I should show you here. We have the human, and the human talks about the free will. And it's really important that we become models, whole models, by finding our identity and recognizing where we want to go, what we want to build. We become this whole model. And by that, we give the chance to for others to do the same. Is almost giving the permission for the others to shine as well. And this is how we share our this the way we have to honor our identity is by sharing it, sharing the same possibility with others, giving the others the chance to do the same. That's basically it. I'm repeating myself, so you got it. And the last day, that is what we call the cosmic day, is here represented by the Skywalker. And this energy talks about knowing who you are. Now you know where you want to go. And you do that, you transcend these 13 days when you're ready to explore, to go out and about, and um, to share who you are, but also being open to receive knowledge, because in your journey you will probably find out that you have many of the things that you need, but some of them you still need to learn. And when you accept this explorer side of you and you are open and receptive, then you will inevitably find people, find means to accomplish and to grab this. No, it's like picking the Pokemon, you are grabbing the things and the tools that you are you are missing. And this is basically being open to life and what life has to offer and give to you. And that was the reading of these 13 days. I really recommend you to take some time, if not today, during these 13 days. Let me check here when till when this wave spell is happening, that I didn't check before. It's gonna be the 2nd of November of 2023. So until the 2nd of November, have some time to really make yourself these questions. I will write down some more questions and leave in the description of this video that will help you to have this contact with yourself, with your identity for these upcoming days. And I hope it brought you some clarity. The point of this live is to help you to navigate through self knowledge, as I said. And in this upcoming 260 days, I set up the intention that I want to every 13 days come here and do a live and explain more to you about these energies, and so you can be prepared for these waves. So I hope it, yeah, you enjoyed it, and if you feel connected to it, I see you in 13 days. But before that, don't forget, on Monday the 23rd, I will release an energetic healing that you can hear during this time. All right, so wish you a beautiful end of the day, and see you in the next one.